Hello everybody, Sam Thompson here, and I realise I haven't really spoken much about SAS Who Dares Wins for Stand Up to Cancer. So I thought I'd answer some of your questions now and talk about the show a little bit. Where to begin? It was one of the strangest / hardest things I've ever done. If I'm honest with you, I had never watched the show before. I'd heard about it and I watched a couple of clips on YouTube, but I'd never watched it before, and it was a bit of a shock when I got there. I'm going to answer some of the questions that you guys have sent me as best I can, and I guess go from there. What was my proudest achievement? Weirdly, and I'm sure most of you will disagree, but which is kind of sad, but the log up the mountain, I was so proud of myself at the end of that. And I know everyone's probably like, what the hell? But I found it so hard. Watching it back, I realised that like everyone had their Bergens on, and then the log on the back, that would have been a lot easier. Me and AJ, we didn't even think about that. And we probably should have. It would have made things a heck of a lot easier. It's a shame that my proudest moment is seen as by most people as my weakest, and to have that taken away from me kind of sucks, because I was really happy with myself. I genuinely thought, and so did AJ, they didn't show that bit, but I thought that it was the harder thing to carry, this huge tree up a mountain on one shoulder. And you know, I said to AJ, I was like, look, I'll take whatever I need to take, basically. Like, I'm your teammate. She picked the 2 bags and the 2 tyres, and I had the tree, and it just went from there. If I had known that would be the heavier option, I would have taken that. I said to her, I was like, look, whatever you need me to do, I will do, and I will take. Also, those bags, they didn't have all the sandbags and all the weight in them. We had a change of clothes, and the bags were light. The bags were lighter than they normally were, because you can't physically walk up a mountain with 2, but you can't do it. So yeah, the bags were like, you know, I carried AJ's bag when she was lagging behind a little bit and struggling. I carried both of our bags till after the log bit to the water bit. In that between stage, I carried both our bags for like an hour and a half, and I found them pretty light. So it kind of sucks, because I was really proud of myself for carrying that log up the mountain. And yeah, to have that taken away is kind of annoying, but I'm proud of it either way. And I'm not an athlete. You know, I'm not Ben Foden, who's a rugby player. He's like 6'3" and built like a brick shithouse. I'm 5'8" and I weigh about 68 kg. Even getting up that hill was an achievement for me. But yeah, hey, that was my proudest moment. What was my least favourite moment? I think my least favourite moment was probably, I think we're all sort of in this day and age told to be proud of where we come from, and after this show I'm kind of embarrassed about my background and where I came from, and you know, I can't obviously change where I was born or who my parents were or where I went to school, and I can't do anything about it, but yeah, it kind of sucks, because any character flaw that I show, for example, when I answer back to the DSs and stuff like that, it's a character flaw, it's a character trait that I've always had. It's a defense mechanism. It's when I'm uncomfortable and I'm scared, basically, I talk, because I got nervous energy and I just speak. I wish that my character flaws weren't always put down to where I was born and raised and how I grew up and stuff. There's a bit in the show where the DSs are looking at photos of me, and of course they pick the me standing by a car thing, because oh, look at that. If they had read the caption, it wasn't me going, look at me next to my fancy car that I don't give a shit about anyone else. It's me saying I'm grateful for it. It's me saying I'm grateful for the job I have. It's me saying I love doing what I do, and I'm happy with it, and I want to show that I'm happy with it. It's not me like, I don't know. Anyway, that sucks. It's like, if you actually just read a caption, it would have been me being like, I'm so grateful for everything I have. Not me being like, look at me, I'm posh. Which is just immediately what they think about you. Then another one of me dressed up in my sister's clothes. Oh, he's just a fucking joker, he lives in a bubble. Like, Ant, none of it's real, none of it's real. Well, yeah, Ant, you're right, mate. A lot of Instagram isn't real. And that's what I'm trying to do by dressing up in my sister's clothes, trying to get people to take things a little bit less seriously on Instagram, and show people that it's, you can, if you make fun of it, it's, you know, there's a lot of anxiety and a lot of depression in young people at the moment. A lot of it is to do with Instagram and stuff like that, and I initially started dressing up in my sister's clothes to try and make light of influencers and just to be like, guys, it's not that serious, relax. But alright, don't worry about it, just use something, me trying to do something for the good, use that against me. It's you know, it's what it is though, I guess. Good to see that I'm not affected by it. I'm a human who's trying to grow up and trying to learn from life and things like that, and to attribute like everything you do wrong or every experience you try and learn from, to attribute everything just to where you're born and raised, I think it's just a step backwards. But hey, even saying that, I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate, but it's what I think, so yeah. Who is my favourite DS? Foxy. Foxy's my boy! Do you know what I love about Foxy? He oozes respect. You respect him anyway. Look what he's done for his country. If you've read his book, you know there's not even any need to, you don't even need to think about respect. He just stands there, all 6 foot of the guy, and he just looks at you. But what I love about Foxy is he'll smile, and he'll like come up to me. Don't get me wrong, he whisper in my ear and go, you're fucked. And he'll be like, you're not even meant to be here. But he'll do it like, I know I'm there, and I know I'm gonna get beasted, and I'm you know, that's what we signed up for. What I love about him, he doesn't take himself too seriously. He doesn't bark and like, he just is. He's him, and I respect that so much. A guy like who just stands there, you know what he's been through, you know the things he's done, and you're like, and he just stands there and he just goes and smiles and goes, you're right, mate. He doesn't say maybe, he's like, you're right. I'm like, oh, yes, Foxy, good man, I want to make you proud. I respond a lot more to like people like Foxy and Ollie Ollerton, and you know what, Billy as well. Don't get me wrong, he sat me down in that interrogation room and told me some real home truths, and you know, I respect it. But he came out afterwards and he was like, Billy, Foxy and Ollie, after I VW'd, they came out and gave me a massive hug, and it was so, I nearly cried, and they were like, mate, you were one of our favourites on there, and I was like, yes boys, thank you, come on. And I really appreciate that. Didn't get that from Ant, but it's fine, you know, he's the leader. One of the hardest things I did was the boxing, and that was day 1. That was hard. Obviously, you know, we live in an age now, and it's correct that everything's equal. You know, men and women, we're humans, and humans are equal. You know, it's you just have to watch SAS to show how strong women are. I mean, Victoria Pendleton, she's a machine. AJ, like, machine. And you know, you can't say anything against that at all. But hitting a girl was hard. Yeah, that was like psychologically quite damaging. I've been raised my whole life to obviously never hit a girl. I mean, you don't want to hit anyone, but you know, never hit a woman. You know, try and like open doors and stuff and be chivalrous and things like that. And then you're, if I'm honest, and I know it was a good thing. I know it shows. It's like, you know, well done AJ, and it's you know, great that you're up against 2 guys. And it shows equality and stuff like that. But if I'm honest, selfish, I wish you'd pick two girls, just because psychologically for me, I don't think anyone really thinks about what happens to the guy afterwards. Everyone's like, yeah, well done AJ, and then you look at the guy and you're like I can't believe what's just happened. It was, yeah, I cried after that, which I don't think they showed, but yeah, that was hard. But hey, look, you know, it is what it is. It's SAS, who dares wins. Is you don't mess about on that. So that was one of the hardest things. That set the tone where I was like, wow, okay, this is serious stuff. Who was my favourite person out there? Bridgie and Ben and Jeremy Irving, actually, yeah. Bridgie, Ben, Jeremy, we had like a bit of a man group going on. It was really, they're such good guys. Bridgie's just one of the nicest blokes you'll ever meet. The eyes on him as well, looks like a White Walker. You get mesmerised in them eyes. What a lovely bloke. We're still in contact afterwards, actually. He's an absolute, oh, I love him. We've had a couple of beers together. Me and Bridgie, would you believe it? Couple of beers down the pub, yes please. Ben Foden's a great lad, just kept a smile on his face the whole way through, and just, you know, was always there to pick you up. Jeremy had the best jokes as well, like just whenever anyone was lagging, he'd just tell a joke and you'd be like, yes, love that, come on, love that positive stuff. It's not fun. It's not, the SAS who dares wins is hard. It's harder than it would look on the TV as well, because you only see an hour with adverts in between. We're doing it for a week, so a 5-minute segment that you see will take us 4 hours, and you're permanently cold. You are always cold. You're always uncomfortable. You haven't slept in 7 days for sure. They come in and wake you up every like 2 hours. You're not sleeping for 7 days for sure. You're dirty. You smell. And you wake up and you're so achy because you're doing all these mad activities that are so tiring and taxing on your body. You wake up in the morning, you're shivering on this like bench that you're sleeping on. And there were definitely times where I sat on the edge of my bed and was like, at like 5 in the morning when they run in, like, wake up! And I've been like, I can't do this anymore. But that's what I love about the camaraderie, and that's what I love about the little group that I had, Wayne, me, Ben, like, it was just really, really nice to sort of like crack a couple of gags and you know, try and keep morale as high as possible. So they're my like favourite. Obviously I love everyone on it. I didn't not get along with like anyone because everyone was so nice, but they were my my go-tos. I was on the same show as Ben. I used to watch Wayne Bridge. Oh God, if you watch this, I used to watch Wayne Bridge. I'm a Chelsea fan. I remember him scoring the goal in the Champions League semi-final against Arsenal. I remember that. Left foot, bottom right corner, and then I'm on a TV show with him. It was amazing. Like, you know, how I snuck onto that show, I have no idea. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm very aware that I am a reality TV person with no talent really at all. And, you know, I think I had a slight inferiority complex as well, because I was like, wow, I'm here with some absolute, you know, stars, and I'm not. What was my most embarrassing moment? For sure, when I hate letting the side down. That's my weakness. That's like, well, I've got tons of weaknesses, but that's my biggest weakness. I crumble when I feel like I nearly VW'd when I got the bag thing wrong. I don't know how I did that. I don't know. I think when Ant called me over, I was so nervous. It's Ant Middleton. He might be little, but he, like, you know, everyone knows who he is. He's like this built, like, stacked little man. Like, you know, you don't want to let him down. You want to, you know, he's a celebrity. I was like, yes, I'm doing this for Ant Middleton. And I ran over there. I wanted to be like best mates with him as well. That's what sucked, because I wanted to be really good mates with Ant, and I wanted him to be proud of me, because I wanted to show him that I could do it. And I think when I ran over, I was just excited, nervous, and was like, oh my God, he's calling me number 12. You want number 12? I will be there. Ran over, yes sir, what do you need? And he was like, right, I need you to bring everyone into the thing as they are. I didn't know what as they are means, and like it just all happened so fast. And I think I just ran into the hut, forgot kind of what he was. I was just like, everyone get into the parade square, and everyone's like, right, what do we bring? And I'm like, everything. He definitely said everything. And it was one of those moments where, like, when he called me out and was like, you idiot, I was so gutted. I was so gutted. I literally felt so embarrassed. And then he was like, you have to make them go up and down. That's just that's my breaking point. I hated that because it's my fault. Like make me do the effort, make me do the press ups and squats and stuff like that. But like when you make your team do it, that was really, really hard and so embarrassing. And kind of like why I VW'd at the end. You know, I think I might have been able to get to the end, which would have been a huge achievement for me. But it was seeing Victoria. I just couldn't stay still. I was freezing cold, standing like shivering, and if I'm honest, I'm convinced they went for me more than anyone else in the interrogation. Well, I know they did. I know they wanted me to go, and he just kept on like picking on Victoria because he's picking on me, and then using Victoria as like we're like barking dogs at her, and like it was just horrible, and I didn't want to put her through it, and I knew that I couldn't trust myself to be just still and like still as I just couldn't, and I just knew that anything I ever did, it was always going to hurt my teammates, and it got too much. So yeah, it was annoying because I thought I'd got through quite a lot, and to leave at that stage kind of sucked. What an experience, and I'm so grateful that I got given the opportunity. I mean, how did I get on that? I have no idea. It was just amazing, and to see what the guys they go through, and what like actual SAS, how tough they are and everything like that, it's just unreal. And you know what, a lot of people, you know, I could have stayed in my lane, you know, just done Celebs Go Dating, and that's very me. It's very me, Celebs Go Dating. What an experience, and I'm so grateful that I got given the opportunity. I mean, how did I get on that? I have no idea. It was just amazing, and to see what the guys they go through, and what like actual SAS, how tough they are and everything like that, it's just unreal. And you know what, a lot of people, you know, I could have stayed in my lane, you know, just done Celebs Go Dating, and you know, easier shows and stuff, and I could have stayed in my lane, and maybe I should have. Maybe I should have stayed in my lane and done that, but it was something that I couldn't say no to, and I'm so happy I did it, and no one can ever take that away from me, and I will always be smiling. And look, I've never wanted to be in the SAS. I've never wanted to be in the army or anything like that. Like, you know, I'm not regimented, and I definitely could do with some regiment in my life, and I've definitely taken that away from SAS. But I'll always have a smile on my face, and I will always be energetic, and sometimes it might lead to awkward situations, or it might lead to, you know, shut up, and hey, I'm happy with who I am, and I'm happy I did it. Stand Up to Cancer, what a cause. They are the best. I know a lot of people who work there. I've done quite a few jobs with them, and they're just the nicest people, and they've dedicated their whole lives to tackling cancer and beating cancer, and they're such heroes. They are such heroes, and the fact that they've allowed me to do this and work with them again, it's just an absolute honour. And you know, seeing some of those stories midway through the episodes, that's what it's all about. You know, hey, we've done an SAS induction for 7 days, but some of those stories on there, I mean, that is what it's all about, and we can't forget that. That is such, you know, I hope we've raised a shit ton of money, I really do. And the guys at Stand Up to Cancer, oh God, and the guys at Stand Up to Cancer do so much for us. It's been an amazing experience, and thank you for having me. I can't really believe I'm saying this, but I think I'm going to. Like, I feel like I have fans now, and that might sound really weird, stupid and cringe, but you know, there are people on social media now who follow me that are like my family, and they care about me so much, and it just touches me so much. Like when people are like, go on Sam, you can do it, I'm watching you, and like, these are people who've been following me from day one since I started being on television, and it means so much to me that I have people who care so much about me and my well-being, and they know me so well as well. Like people online, you guys know me so well, and I can't tell you how grateful I am for it. And when other people, and they be like, oh, you're this, you're that, and they're just like, no, Sam, we get you, we love you, and I love you too. And I just can't say thank you enough from the bottom of my heart for being there and watching my journey, and for like 5 or 6 years now. And I just hope that I can continue to grow, and you guys can continue to be there with me. And yeah, I love you. Sam Thompson signing off.